Have you ever wondered why you are so different? You could be a starseed, an extraterrestrial soul in a human body. In this video, I will review Activate Your Cosmic DNA, Eva Marquez's new book that puts together her Starseed Guide 1 and 2, upgraded. Make sure to stick until the end to preview her descriptions of Andromeda, Pleiades, Sirius, Centaurus, Epsilon Eridani, and Lyra, and know why I recommend you to read her book to activate your cosmic DNA. Hello, this is Starseed from Awakening with the Stars, and I'm going to start with a quote from Eva's book Introduction. Being different can be the most amazing thing in your life when you understand yourself, and when you consciously embrace your ancient roots and allow yourself to believe that you are an extraterrestrial being living in a human body. This conscious knowledge should liberate you. It should feed your soul, not your ego. I read these two books last year, and to me they were game changers. They meant before and after in my life, and unfolding another layer of my spiritual awakening process. At first it sounded a bit crazy to me, but I couldn't deny the strong emotional response I had while reading her book and how I was guided to it in the perfect moment. And then it started making more and more sense while I was connecting all this knowledge with my astral charts and with other charts. I took Eva's soul healing course, and then I started researching, and it all clicked, and I started downloading memories from the different star systems I was connected to. Eva is a Pleiadian starseed, and she starts the book channeling a Pleiadian message about our star-seeded history on Earth, and then she has a chapter for each of these star systems, and I really like how she divides it in 5 sections. The first one talks about the beings of that system. The second one is a description of her astral journeys there. The third one is the Energy Power Center, EPC, which she explains that the beings from each star system have a set of stronger soul gifts, which are connected to the body through the Energy Power Center. And depending on your DNA, it will be located in a different chakra, or maybe 2 or more, especially for hybrids who have DNA from different star nations. The fourth section from each chapter talks about starseeds from that system on Earth and some of their characteristics. And the last section from each chapter gives some practical exercises for these starseeds. The first star system she talks about is Andromeda. Andromedans are great healers of the physical body and scientists. Their signature abilities have to do with clairsentience. According to Eva, they first feel things in their stomach and their bodies, and it's important for them to first develop these abilities to feel energies through their bodies and their sensations before they develop other abilities like clairvoyance or telepathy. They are also connected to nature and to water, and she says they usually experience their awakening through a physical injury or an illness, which triggers them to develop their capacities to heal themselves. The next star system she talks about is the Pleiades. Pleiadians have been helping Earth humans for a long time. They are empaths, and they tend to absorb feelings from people around them. According to Eva, their spiritual awakening often happens through some kind of abuse that triggers an emotional breakdown that brings them to develop their abilities to heal themselves and others. They are soul healers, and they give and receive energy through their heart, and they put their heart in everything they do. She then talks about Sirian starseeds. Sirians search for truth and knowledge. They have a strong connection with the Akashic records, and it's part of their mission to collect ancient memories and wisdom, and they have been incarnating on Earth since the beginning. They can be healers as well, but they like most the side of teaching about it. They like to understand things, and they learn very quickly. They are able to download answers to anything, but to be able to keep it, they need to be able to sustain its vibration. Forgetting is a way to protect knowledge. You are only able to hold the information you can use with integrity. Eva also describes the twin flame temple in Sirius, where she astral projected with one of her clients. They are also psychics, and they have clairaudience. They also can easily see auras and energy and communicate telepathically. They have high cognitive abilities, and they are driven to help others. They are also very sensitive, but they tend to protect themselves by living in their minds, so they tend to be more resilient than Pleiadian and Andromedan starseeds. According to Eva, their spiritual awakening is often triggered through a search of the truth about themselves. It can take them longer until they fully embody it because of this need of logic But once they awaken, they can use that logic to accelerate their process. They love reading, learning, and writing, or teaching in any form. In the second part of the book, Eva talks about 3 more star systems. The next one is Centaurus. According to Eva, Centaurus is the origin of the first hybrid beings. Centaurian beings also love to learn and teach, and share their wisdom with others. They don't tolerate fear or control. Some incarnate as animals on Earth. Originally, they were mostly reptilians that mixed with Lyrans. They became experts in merged DNA. They encourage each individual to follow their own inner guidance, instead of following a set structure. They love research and music, and they really like to study about other star nations. Centaurians stand out for their diversity. According to Eva, Centaurian starseeds are great psychologists that promote forgiveness and acceptance. They embrace mistakes as a way to grow. They are able to communicate telepathically with animals. They are great at transmuting heavier energies into lighter ones. They like to study different religions because they intuitively know that there is a little bit of truth in each belief system. Their spiritual awakening can often happen through recovering some memories that are difficult to accept, so they can help others to do the same. And they experience darkness, so now they can help transmute it. They have a deep connection with animals and nature. They often have past lives as animals. They are great animal healers, and they can communicate with them. The next system Eva talks about is Epsilon Eridani. They are excellent mediators and peace negotiators. They teach other star nations how to mediate from the heart, which bypasses the ego and helps to raise our vibration, making pure decisions. Epsilonians don't discriminate and like to help in non-invasive ways. When we are able to have open ET contact on Earth, they will be the mediators. Their main ability is their compassion and balance. According to Eva, these starseeds often have a lot of fears, which triggers their judgments and help them uncover the truth inside, learning to believe in themselves, while also respecting other people's beliefs and choices. They are very pure souls that tend to hold back because they don't fight to prove their points and don't want to upset others. So this is how sometimes their spiritual awakening occurs, when they have to stand for themselves and for others. The last starseeds Eva talks about is Lyrans. They are humanoids and the ancestors of many other star nations. They are one of the main races that seeded Earth. Lyra was destroyed, and they already lived many of the themes we're experimenting on Earth a long time ago. They are natural leaders, and it took them longer to embrace unconditional love, because they disconnected their mind from their heart and focused only on technological advancement, forgetting their feelings, which created an imbalance and their destruction. They evacuated their planets to other star systems. Some of them ended up on Earth. They helped create Atlantis, where many of their patriarchal patterns reproduce it again. Lyran starseeds can develop many abilities through their capacity to focus. They can be great channelers and have claircognizance. They just know things. They usually develop one ability at a time. Otherwise, it would be overwhelming for them until they can remember how to work with this energy. They value family a lot, and their spiritual awakening can happen through some self-destructive behavior. They're great decision makers. They're quite protective of themselves and others, and can be stubborn with very high intelligence and education. Sometimes they tend to sacrifice themselves for others, staying behind the scenes. They take responsibility for their choices, and they can be afraid of fully stepping into who they are. They need to overcome their past before doing so. They can be lonely, and maybe it takes them a bit longer than others to remember and develop their abilities because of their self-defense mechanism. They can do anything, especially if it involves leading others, and can really help them to forgive. Keep in mind that these are some of the book generalized descriptions of the beings and starseeds from these 6 star systems, based on Eva's experience with her clients. Imagine how different one human can be from another. Although it would be possible to find similarities that are between us to describe it to a visitor from elsewhere. But ultimately, it's about not identifying with a single race, although it can help in the beginning to find your origins and understand yourself and why you are here. Identifying with only increase the us versus them mentality, which is precisely what starseeds are helping to let go of by volunteering to come here and help raise the consciousness of the planet. The purpose is to realize that we are in a soup of seeded DNA, and we all have something in common, that we are one, and not expecting ETs or any other being to rescue us, but to do our own inner spiritual growth to save ourselves and to raise our consciousness. That's how we'll be ready to have peaceful, open contact again. Remind you that you can reach out through email or social media for a reading of your birth chart or another astral chart, which I can connect with the star systems you could have DNA from, or a coaching or soul healing session about your spiritual awakening or some other topic, question, or change you want to make in your life. Hit the like button if you got value, subscribe below, leave a comment with your thoughts and questions, review my other videos, and stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next video.